Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm going to take you through the Connecticut State Department of Education's website on assistive technology. The website's actually broken up into two parts. Let's see if I can go back here. It's separated into section 1, which is assistive technology for ages 3 to 21, and then for infants and toddlers. I'm going to just focus on the 3 to 21. The infants and toddlers section is provides much of the same information, although in certain areas the information caters to the respective group that it's talking to. So first we have the general overview of the website, the Assistive Technology website and guidelines. For the laws and policies link, this is just a tab that highlights the purpose, the law itself, and some of the history of the incorporation of assistive technology in the classroom, as well as some of the expectations of implementation. The next link is the consideration of assistive technology needs. This articulates what requirements there are and what qualifications must be met, and for how that process is to be documented in determining if a student is in need of assistive technology accommodations within the classroom. Okay. The next link, the assessment and evaluation, identifies the process for evaluating a student who may or may not need assistive technology, and to determine which assistive technology accommodations they would qualify for. We have funding, where the money comes from, who's responsible to pay for the assistive technology once the determination has been made that the student does need it, and ultimately who that device belongs to. We have how to document, implement, and measure the efficacy of assistive technology use. And so this talks about the best methods and strategies and how to implement the use of assistive technology, and how to ascertain the efficacy of the intervention. Like, is it working for the student? Things like that. So they have some good questions for how to, guiding questions for the implementation. And they also have some good questions for how to determine the effectiveness of the intervention. Next we have, let's see, assistive technology and educational transitions. The purpose of this page is to discuss the requirements of assistive technology and how they are supposed to follow students through transitional periods of their academic career. As I was saying before, I'm sorry if I repeat this, I had to pause it in the middle, but this page is meant to discuss the different ways you can have the assistive technology follow kids through their transitional periods, like going from middle school to high school, and then any necessary training that these new staff members might need to receive in order to ensure that the student has a successful transition with his or her assistive technology. The next link is where were we? Sorry, administrative responsibilities. Okay, this is talking about the job of the administration and the head of special ed and their roles and responsibilities in making sure that assistive technology is being effectively utilized by the rest of the staff. Professional development. This page talks about the need for educators to understand the uses and the requirements of assistive technology, as well as recommendations for how to best plan for training within the school district. The service provider's competency. This is a reiteration of the responsibilities, the understanding, the expectations that teachers, administrators, and school districts must have with the program. Universal design for learning. This discusses how education in general does not have to be a one-size-fits-all program, but instead should treat every learner as an individual, and then this connects how assistive technology is part of that philosophy and can be utilized within the universal education framework. The National Instructional Materials Accessibility Standard provides an overview of some resources available to students who have vision impairments that make traditional textbooks inaccessible to them, where they can get different kinds of resources that would allow them to access written content. The formats for accessible media. This provides links and resources for where and how to access additional text that might be required under an assistive technology plan. For example, e-readers and e-text that incorporate text-to-speech are available, and different other resources that can be utilized. And finally, I'm not going to go into these sections, but overall the website is fairly comprehensive, and I was very much unaware of it until today. Although it's a great resource for any classroom teacher or school district to become familiar with. They also have some case studies over here that highlight different uses of assistive technology and some outcomes that students have had because of those accommodations. And so I think probably the most helpful part of this website would be this area here, resources, that provides lots and lots of links for different programs that are available online, different ways to utilize assistive technology, different educational and informational websites. So some great links here that teachers can access for everything assistive technology. Okay, I think that's all. So pretty good website. I'm glad I was able to visit it, and I hope that this was helpful.